Hi guys, I'm Astronox. Welcome to my channel. So today we're going to be doing the Authortube Newbie Tag because part of this channel is going to be dedicated to doing Authortube videos, probably just like once a month though or something. So here are the Authortube Newbie Tag questions. Question number 1. How do you find out about Authortube? Well, one day I guess I just got recommended a Kate Kavanaugh video, and I've watched a few other Authortubers from there, and most of what I find interesting is their writing challenges and experiments, so I think I'll be doing a lot of those. Okay, question number 2. What genres do you write in? Oh, well, I tend to write a lot of young adult literature, a lot of fantasy, occasionally sci-fi, but recently I've been branching out into more mainstream literature. And, okay, question number 3. What tenses do you write in? What POVs do you prefer, and what category do you write in? So obviously for the category I just said that I like to write young adult fiction and some mainstream, but the tense is debatable. It depends on the book, because generally if the book is more serious or grounded, then I'll put it in third person, but with some young adult novels and some more lighthearted novels, I find first person to be best. And for point of view, then usually it's third person. Okay, now, am I a plotter, am I a pantser, am I a plantser? Well, for my first few books, I tried just pantsing my way through and writing everything off the top of my head, but now I usually plot out every chapter before I start. Question 5. Are you self-publishing, published? Are you not published yet? Well, I'm not published yet, but I'm planning to be published in the future. And for my dream publishing company, I don't know all that many publishing companies, but I guess maybe HarperCollins is a big one. They would definitely go a long way towards promoting my book. Okay. Question number 7. What videos can be expected? Well, obviously, like I already said, I'm going to be doing a few writing challenges on my channel, like 24 hours straight writing, maybe writing in weird locations or something. And then I'm also planning to do a series on how to write a novel for people who have never written a novel before. So I'm going to do videos on your first draft, second draft, beta readers, all of that. I probably won't do that many regular updates on my actual books, but if there's anything big, I'll make sure to let you guys know. Okay, question number 8. Okay, when did you start writing? So, funny story, I was in 3rd grade, and we had a lot of journal time back then in our class, and for some reason, a lot of the other kids just like did drawings or wrote about their day, but I was writing a book in there, and it was like some random fantasy novel. I think I might have it in here, and I'll pull it out at the end of the video if I can, so keep watching for that. But so when my 3rd grade teacher came to check journals, which she did, then she would notice all these chapters I was writing in my notebook. But the thing is, I have horrible handwriting, so they were practically illegible. So she loaned a computer to me from the school, and it all went from there, and I just started writing my first book on the computer. I guess it turned out to be around 110 pages, and it wasn't brilliant or anything, but it was okay. And I still think that teacher was a great teacher for recognizing what I liked to do and helping me with it. Okay, question number 9. First story. I kind of already answered that one in the last question, but I guess I could go a little more into detail. So, in my first story, it was, I think, a middle grade fantasy novel, because, I was like 8 when I was writing it, and so there were 2 main characters. They were sisters, 12 and 11, and for some reason, even though they were American, they both had Japanese names. Yeah, I don't remember if there was a reason for it. I think I named them like Kimi and Kiwa, and I'm not even sure if I'm pronouncing those names right. That's just how 8-year-old me pronounced them. And they went on all sorts of just random fantasy adventures. And I think they had an evil aunt or something. And I thought I was so clever because her name was evil spelled backwards. Which is really stupid now that I think about it, but it seemed perfectly logical. And there was some villain named Marav who wanted to steal their elemental superpowers to power a weapon to take over the world, and I think he was going to be the main character's father. I know, you can applaud now. But anyway, I think it was planned to be a trilogy or something, but I only got around to halfway through the second book, so sadly, I don't think we will ever be reading that book in bookstores. Sorry for all those people I've intrigued with my delightful description of this book. Okay, question number 10. What authors inspired you? So, probably when I was 5 or 6, then my dad started me reading the Harry Potter books, and those were pretty far above my level, but I thought they were interesting, so I tried to read a lot of those. And the thing is, once I started reading Harry Potter, then people started telling me about a bunch of other YA authors. And it was around the age of 8 or 9 where someone recommended Mistborn to me by Brandon Sanderson. And Brandon Sanderson writes some great books. You guys should read those if you haven't. But I think they've been really influential for me. He has a wonderful knowledge of how to craft a plot and fantasy and all of that. And, well, I guess I just sort of fell in love with those works. Obviously, there are many other authors who have inspired me because I read a lot. Like, Leigh Bardugo, that's a great writer, and I can't remember for the life of me who wrote The 10,000 Doors of January, but you look that up. She's a good writer also. And, okay, question number 11. I just wrote down schedule writing sessions with a question mark after it, and I'm not entirely certain what that's meant to be, but I'm assuming it's asking if I have a specific time for writing sessions throughout the day, so I generally don't have specific times. I'm pretty busy with all of the school and activities I'm doing, so I just write whenever I have time in the day, and I try to write like 12 pages a day, and so, yep, no specific times here. Question number 12. Do you write on a computer, typewriter, handwriting? I just write on my computer, like I mentioned earlier, atrocious handwriting. Okay, and then the last question. What are you looking forward to? I also didn't finish this question, but I'm assuming about Authortube. Well, Authortube has a great community. I'm looking forward to being part of that, and I'm just looking forward to sharing what I love with the world and doing all sorts of fun challenges for you guys. And now we'll see where that takes us. Okay, if you've stayed this far in the video for the 7-year-old manuscript, I'm going to try to dig that out somewhere, so I'm just going to try to cut to when I found it here. But okay, hi folks. So, I've found it. Also, this awful book that I wrote when I was 12. Oh, yikes. Yeah, I printed out a few of my novels. Oh, I also have a third one right here in this binder. I should have another one somewhere, but you know, we're just going to take a look at that first one. Okay, these pages are 100% out of order, but, why don't you just read some excerpts of this? Okay. This is like 5 chapters in. Again, no pages in order. Okay. From the earth rose vines, twisting and turning, and chunks of rock bigger than her head. Kimmy's eyes flashed golden. She felt more powerful than she ever had felt before. Eat dust, she said, and the monster was crushed under the earth. Kimmy crouched by Kiwa and felt a tingling in her stomach. Kiwa's leg was firmly bound in a cast made of vines. Come on, said Kimmy. We have to find Alice and Grace and get out. Oh, Alice and Grace were like 8 and 10? When I was like 7 or 8 or however old I was when I wrote this, I thought that everyone older than me was like an adult or something, so these people are not gonna act like 10-year-olds. So the first few chapters of this book, I wrote the first chapter of the book, which started with one of the main characters, like, waking up after a fire or something and walking through the rubble, and it started with the word creek with 5 E's and 5 A's, but then after that I was like, well, we need to hear what happened, don't we? So, I included a prologue before that, of them arriving at the house. And I was like, we need to see the fire, that's where the action is. So then before that, I included a passage of the fire consuming their house. So it goes like this. First chapter. I don't know where the actual, like, part of this is, so I'll just try to remember. So, the main character, she's like running through the fire or something trying to get out. And then, we cut to 10 hours earlier, where, like, they're moving in. And then we cut to 12 hours after that, where she's going through the wreckage, so. Masterful writing. Oh, also, the main characters figure out that their aunt did it, which, by the way, again, the one with the evil spelled backwards is her name, and their reasoning is because she was the only one who knew our family had moved here. I guess the whole family was just, like, hermits or something. And also, I kept changing the names of the villains to try to sound cooler. Like, at one point they were, like, snakes, and at one point they were Electras or something. And, yeah, all of the main characters, which, by the way, I had, like, 8 of them by the end. They were just all girls between the age of 8 and 16. And I think halfway through the book I was like, you know what'll sell better? Because yes, as an 8-year-old, I was thinking like this. If I include a love interest, so suddenly, a bunch of boys with elemental powers just pop up out of the woods. You know, like they do. Well, anyway, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you. I'm Astronox, and thank you for coming to my channel. Have a great day. See you soon.